What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you missed the last video, go check it out. It'll be linked up in the corner. We got this entire engine bay all painted up nice and pretty. So this is a metallic black, and this is a base coat clear coat. So this thing is really shiny. It's really deep. The black has a lot of depth to it, and it's a metallic. It's kind of got some blue, maybe a little bit of green and some red in it. I think it'll look really nice with the actual paint on the truck because that's a metallic color as well. So what we got to do today is kind of get this thing halfway back together in the bay. We can get all the whole brake system, the clutch system back in, the harness, get all that buttoned up. And then I actually picked up a set of polyurethane body mounts for the whole body. So we got to lift this body up and swap all those mounts out. And yeah, get this thing somewhat back together. So let's get started. Alright guys, I got most of this bay back together. The rest of it I'm going to leave off for now until we get the motor back in, because there's a few things I might remount and move to kind of simplify the bay. So next what I'm going to do is I got to get some bed liner on these inner fenders. It's all kind of crappy looking. That's what I'm going to be using here. Just this Duplicolor bed armor. Supposed to be some pretty good stuff. It doesn't dry super hard. It stays soft. So in the inner fender, when you got rocks and whatever bouncing off it, it should be a lot better than something that dries super hard. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up, probably mask off some of those holes, and then run some paper around, get this stuff sprayed out. All right, we got that all sprayed out. Looking a lot better. One solid color. It's still a little bit wet, so I'm gonna wait to unmask those shock hoops. So next thing I want to get done is get this body mount kit on the truck. So this is from Prothane. So they're all polyurethane bushings for the body. So there's the 4 main mounts and then the 2 for the front core support. So what I'm going to try to do is just pull off one side. Well, I'll pull all the bolts off, and then I'll lift one side of the cab up, swap those mounts, drop it back down, and then go the other side. I think that'll be the easiest way to do it. So let's get them bolts off, get the cab jacked up on one side, and see what we can do. All right, we got these bolts off. So there's a little access under the floor here, and then in this back pocket right down in there, so you can get the bolts out. So now I'm just gonna jack up this side of the body, see if we can get it high enough to swap those mounts, and yeah, we'll see what we can do. All right, we got all the mounts on. Those are good to go. Should be a little better. This mount actually was metal on metal before because the bushing was so bad. And when I was driving it, you could hear it creaking away. So it should be a lot nicer with those mounts. But I got some exciting news for you guys. So look what finally showed up after, what, 3 weeks, I think? We got the torque plate and we got our rods. So I've kind of already went through these a little bit, did some measuring, and everything so far looks really good on them. But I am going to bring those to the machine shop as well and just have the machinist check those out. And Frank also sends you studs with it, ARP studs, because it actually does make a difference going from a stud to a bolt, how it deforms the block. So if you're running studs, you should torque plate with studs. If you're running bolts, torque plate with bolts. So should be good to go there. I'm going to load all this stuff up. I got to bring the block, the crank down there somewhere, pistons, rods, and just have him go through everything. He's just going to do a really fine polish on the crank. And then, like I said, he's going to bore the block for the oversized pistons, deck the surface. I'm just going to have him clean it up for now, and then I'll bring it home, assemble the bottom end, and measure how far that piston sticks out to see how much more he needs to shave off of the deck of the block. So let's get stuff loaded up, drop it off, and see what he says. So we just got back from the machine shop. We dropped all the parts off, and the machinist told me it'd be about a week before he's done with it. So hopefully it doesn't take any longer than that, and we can get to working on that motor, see if we can get that thing together. And yeah, I'm excited for that. So one last thing I want to do real quick before I end this video is I want to get this downpipe all cleaned up. So if you guys remember, I did that little intake pipe that was made out of the same material, stainless. So I want to get this all shined up and looking good. I'm just going to be using this same Scotch-Brite wheel. Works pretty good, so I'm going to get that thing shined up and see how it looks when we're done with it. There we go, guys. Looking a lot better, a lot cleaner. Some areas kind of hard to get into, like behind this mount and around this little bung here, but got her mostly buffed out, so I'm happy with it. Looks a lot better. Well, that wraps up this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. So we got about a week to burn until we get the motor back. So give me some ideas on what to do to the truck. Kind of at a standstill right now until we get that motor back and we can start putting that thing together, getting everything measured out, and all that fun stuff. So let me know if you guys got any ideas on little things we can do to the truck, clean it up, little mods, anything, let me know. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.